It is the new rhythm on Vivid Streaming, and we got reggae royalty joining us this morning. Big respect to Kabaka Pyramid. Good morning, my lad.
Blessed love. Oh, go on.
Everything is everything, man. Hey, definitely thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, man. Give thanks to having that, man, you know?
Yeah, man. So Dave Chappelle's latest special is called What's in a Name? And that's how I know you're a deep brother. Because your name is deep, bro. How did you come up with the name Kabaka Pyramid?
Well, as a Rasta youth still, we always look to Africa for identity. So that's what I did, I looked to find an African name. I went searching for one and I found Kabaka. It's actually more a title still. Like in Uganda, it means king.
Right.
But yeah, when I saw it, it resonated with me on a level.
Mm-hmm.
And, at the time I was heavily studying like African history and African spirituality, and that always lead you back to the pyramids in ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet.
Yeah.
And definitely it identify with the symbolism of the pyramid, the upward pointing triangle,
right,
meaning ascension. And the pyramid was actually where the sages them and the teachers them used to go and meditate and reach higher stages of consciousness,
right.
So it's really, all of that together to reach the state of kingliness and you know what I mean? And that height of level. So that's what we aspire to. And I think your name is important to always give you the direction of what you're trying.
Right.
I always want a name where it's a lofty goal to aspire towards. So that's what Kabaka Pyramid is.
And also, when I think of pyramids, I think about the foundation. And the foundation of reggae music. Because you are soundly a traditional reggae artist. And in 2022. And I totally respect that, my brother.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man.
All right, so definitely. Now, what's your Virgin Islands ties?
So... It really began when I was in college. Cause I went to school in Orlando. I left Jamaica and went to Orlando, and I was at a university called DeVry, and I met a bunch of ones from VI. They were good friends with the artist Ayaz.
Right.
They knew Pressure Bus Pipe. I remember a brethren who went by the name Diction at the time. He had a like a home studio, and Pressure did forward there for buy some dub plate.
Yeah.
And that was the first time meeting Pressure.
Yeah.
And Pressure wouldn't even remember that because I wasn't like an artist or anything at the time. You don't know me that I do music, but nobody never know who I was.
Right.
But me just watch the man shut off the dub plate, them quick and fast, and me just did admire the man.
Right.
Vocal ability from them time there. You know what I mean? We didn't know about Pressure, like Pressure one of the artists from them time there.
Yeah.
And that's really where it started. And then, we met Ayaz later on, and it's just one whole link with Skinny and Shatter and the whole family.
Right.
I know Sister Joyce through Skinny.
Right.
Introduced me to Midnight around 2005.
Yeah.
That's what and she made me listen Schema Things album.
Yes, sir.
It just did forward at the time, and like Lioness was like one of my favorite songs on the album there. That's really the essence of the connection.
All right. So now maybe those African research and ties has got you with an affinity for lions and lionesses. Because you turned around and you got on the Lion is a Lion remix with Pressure Bus Pipe. Now, that's coming full circle. That's like you were inspired by this guy before you really launched your career, and then you're doing a record with him. What was that like?
Yeah, man, it was great. As a matter of fact, I have about almost an album worth of records with Pressure now.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And that was that. I don't even think that was the latest one because he actually voiced on my juggling rhythm that I released last year as well.
Uh-huh.
But you don't know, Lion of a Lion is a song where from the first year that song, they say, oh, this is the baddest thing.
Big tune.
Me did love that song there. And when him linked me to do it, it was a quick thing. I was actually over in Seattle on tour, and I did end up voice my verse over there. So. At Loud City Studios over there. And when I hear John 9 verse, I said,
Yeah.
John,
Oh, you had to come with it, brother.
no, I never know. John 9 voice after me.
Oh,
That's
okay,
why John
okay.
9 goes hard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when me hear John 9 verse, it's like more right over
You want to go
my
again?
Keep up careless argument. Him never lean and him no bent. Him vehicle not
Pull up the tune. Pull up the tune. You know why, Kiss? You know why, Kiss? Because the vehicle not have no dent resta.
Clean and pristine. Accurate and immaculate.
A lion is a lion anywhere he go.
Yo, bro, that verse is ridiculous. That verse is ridiculous.
Yo, it's a good one. I'm going to hear it too, you know.
Oh, yeah? Hey, listen, man. One of my favorite records for sure.
Yeah, man. Big song, that. Big song.
You know, you're kind of known by the company you keep. And you keep great company, brother. I mean, like, the people that you work with and work with you clearly indicates how talented you are and how respected you are in the industry. Let me just run off a couple of names. Agent Sasko, Chronix, Damian Jr. Gong Mali, Taras Riley. Your property value is high because your neighbors are amazing.
Shit, no, for sure. Yeah, man, I've been blessed. I've been blessed over the years to work with great talent. And, you know, the mutual respect we have for each other is great because we all put in the work in different ways, and it's good to collaborate because you get different frequencies blend together to create one sound. And, you know, yeah, growing up as a youth, I never really planned for all of this still. You know, we did love music still, but kind of step into the thing more for like a sound system. And, you know, we used to play music out in a, you know what I mean, as some little youth in a high school and them things. So it's not like we did, you know, grow up around a big studio or grow up around artists or anything like that for really say, yo, you know, we know this whole thing go or anything. No, it was always me and my brethren and just I try to figure this thing out. So if you would ask me 20 years ago if I know so I would have songs with Sizzla and Capleton and Damian Marley and all of these artists, and I would tell you no, I would have never believe it. You know what I mean? But you don't know. From you believing in yourself, as you said, you know, the song believe, you know, anything is possible and we overcome anything. So, you know, we give thanks to all of them ones that work with that over the years. And, yeah. All
right, so now, how did this manifest? I mean, you went to DeVry, you didn't go to Full Sail. How did this happen?
Yeah, I want to tell you, but they want to go Full Sail when it's too expensive. I am.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, trust you know. But I mean, so when we go to school at DeVry, from a reach home, I have my little computer, my little microphone. I do straight music. I mean, I make beats, I record myself. You know, I record diction, you know, where I do, you know, hip hop at them time too, and you know, the dance, reggae, everything in one way I do. You know, and I did always just believe that I had lyrical ability because I used to study, you know. Obviously, like my main influence is Sizzla Kalachist, you know, just musically and upon my life and everything. But I used to study the rapper them to learn my lyrical technique. Yeah. You know, like Cannabis and Eminem and Big Pun, and I was a big Wu-Tang fan too.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So the whole of them, Jizza, Raekwon, Ghostface, Method, the whole of them. Yeah. So I used to study the rapper them, and that's kind of what allowed me to develop this lyrical style. I wasn't very talented vocally, especially early out, and it took a lot to even reach where I am. And, you know what I mean? But so it was always a focus on the lyrics. So even when we reach home from school, I just write, and them time I used to write down in our books and everything, and I may record while sometimes I never write, I just record while, you know what I mean, while I vibe and thing. And and then when we reach back at Jamaica now, that's when I connect back with all of my brethren, and we did have a studio at Skibo Avenue, and we just start record a bag of music. We put out a double album together as a crew, Bebel Rock, you know, Bebel team. We did put out an album as a team, and then after that now, you know, me start to get more serious on my thing and find my sound and my reggae fusion sound. And other ones, you know, start to do other type of music and left the camp, and then it was just me and Cora Fire alone, and then few years ago, Corafire left, so it's like I just really me alone and management and thing now as Bebel Rap.
Right.
You know, and that's when I start to, back in 2010, 2011, start linked with Protege. Protege give me some beats were made by Chronix, and Tef them time Chronix was just producing. And then now me put out my project with couple beats. I did couple beats from Chronix them and Teflon, couple other producers, and then Chronix put out theme music towards the end of that year, 2011, and drop Hooked on Chronix, you know, like a mixtape vibe, and then we meet Dre Island the next year, and you know, it's just the whole thing just start to spawn from there. So I want to tell you, it's the same John Iron. I knew John Iron from maybe, well, I knew her from like Jamaica, you know, like before me they go Orlando, but none of we was artists really them time.
Okay.
But I met Janine again officially like probably 2009, and then you know late 2010 she introduced me to Protege. She carried me to Jamnesia. You probably hear about Jamnesia, which was like a live music base where the whole of we usually go and go there with musician them and freestyle and test out with new song them and all of them kind of thing, and learn the craft of live performance. So that's where I met, you know, Raging Fire and Nomads and all of them ones, and yeah, Uprising Roots and, you know what I mean, live music artists. And that gave me the inspiration to form a band a couple of years later. We start to tour, the song them start kick off of Europe, then the song them start kick off of Jamaica, and then, you know, it was just, the rest was history.
All right, well, we are honored to have the man that has the #2 record on the Billboard reggae charts to join us this morning. I said #2, uno, dos. And that is you. Now, it's one thing for Damian Marley to say, Imbadana. It's another thing to put your money where your mouth is, executive produce your project. Yeah. What is it like to get that stamp, that endorsement from Damian Jr. Gang Marley?
It was major, and it is major, you know. The thing about Gang is that he is the blueprint of the sound that I have followed, you know, that reggae with that kind of hip-hop vibe and that swing and that lyrical style as a DJ, but still, you know, melodies and straight. If you took the lyrics just by itself, you could rap them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what Gang music has always been. And, you know, just getting the full dance from him for work with him. And the first, he sent me the rhythm. I was doing a juggling, and that's when I wrote Well Done. And that became like my most popular solo song, you know. And you know, just, you know, as you said, forget the stamp of approval from him like that. And, you know, start to link with him in Miami. I would start, you know, working on other songs in SEO, you know, and step up to a different level from this.
No doubt. All right, so now Kabaka, let me tell you something, brother. I'm a major hip hop head, right?
Straight.
Like, you called like all of my favorite hip hop artists. You left out Jay-Z for some reason. I don't know why, but I won't hold that against you.
Yeah. All right. So I appreciate Jay-Z more in my older age.
Okay.
You know, Jay-Z a bad rapper, but it was always about money. So I never really, you know, I was more a Nas fan. If they are shoes.
Gotcha.
You know, but I appreciate him now because I'm rap with depth. You know, that's what I really like.
But you know what, man? Like, I realized that you were authentic in this hip-hop thing when you mentioned Cannabis. No, like, nobody brings that up, but lyrically, like, he was
Cannabis
dope.
was my rapper for years. Like, you know, every freestyle, every song, we could have recite 100 bars from start to finish.
Man, I don't remember it now, but he had like a line where the car hits you before the sound of the horn, or like he just made it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, man, definitely. No,
So-
man, that man there.
So Kabaka,
The man there, a lyrical god of lyrics. That the thing is, you know, the cannabis actually like affect my music. Maybe not even in the most positive way, because here I say that. See, like lyricists like Cannabis, them man they don't really like stick to a song topic or stick,
right?
you know. It's not like musical songs. It's just like the man just give you bars. Sometimes if I listen to like my old music, it's like I just give you bars and random lines where I rhyme in some intricate way where reggae music is not really like that. You know what I mean? Reggae music like when you stick to the topic and it's straightforward and it's more conversational and thing. So it's like, and worse, Wu-Tang man them is even worse than cannabis when it comes to them man, they just abstract, brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I had to kind of grow out of that writing style. So when you hear like my next album where I forward soon, you have to hear more conversational writing and then thing there. Whereas before it was just straight rhyming and abstract and metaphors and you know what I mean? But it's cannabis and them man that do that.
Now listen, Kabaka, I'm gonna tell you something, right? Big respect to my brother Shatta. So Shatta claims that the man is a bad rapper. But here what? I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I don't believe you. I don't believe neither of you. So I'm going to play the number 2 song on the reggae charts. I'm going to let you get your stuff together and see if you can still rap. It's Kabaka Pyramid on the new rhythm.
Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green.
Hey, that's right, man. Number 2 song on the reggae charts on Billboard. One half of the dynamic duo is with us. Kabaka Pyramid alongside Damia Jr. Gang Mali. Gangzilla! Hey, yo, man. Amazing work, brother. Amazing work. You are considered one of the great lyricists of reggae music right now.
Straight up.
All right. Now,
appreciate that.
That's a fact. Now, and you said you honed your skills with hip-hop. Can you still... I don't believe you. Can you still rap?
I spit food for thought, the feather nation, coming through like ventilation, back and forth like vibration, creating separation from your whack men. The track sends signals to my medulla. I respond like Mutant Ninja Turtles in the sewer when I kick crossing specific names off my hit list. Softer than biscuits, trying to take a stand like witness. You'll forget this. My lyrical fitness has no resistance. The game, I got it locked. All these dudes got it twisted. Like DNA, my thoughts in perpetual motion. Bet you move no closer to the microphone controller. Just dress back. I don't give a damn what the rest rap. You hear a verse from anyone in Kingston, don't test that. I bring relief like X-Lax, shooting through your vest black, respect that. Next to chat your neck, you best protect that. I stretch like elastic, call me Mr. Fantastic. Dudes melt like plastic when I blast it like Jurassic. The Tyrannosaurus Rex, that's the flyest on the set. Fake dudes get detected like a virus or a threat. Put in quarantine, I roll through your city like a war machine. Dudes is twitching like a former fiend, my karma clean as a whistle. Officially, there's nothing you can do to me. Why do you think they want to keep the link like jewelry?
Kabaka! Pyramid! Hey, yo! I was gonna give you like the juicy instrumental. He's like, I don't need nothing. I'm good. I got this. Hey, brother, man. Sheesh. Shata Dubbins just sent me a text message. Said, sheesh. Hey, yo, brother, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your time. I know you got a million things to do, a million doublets, the voice. I'm not going to keep you no longer, but thank you for spending some time in the Maddhouse on Vivid Streaming. Enough love, enough respect, Rasta.
Give thanks, man. Big up the whole VI. You know what I mean? You don't know. Kabaka Pyramid have enough love for you.
Yep. There's an app for that.
It's called Vivid Streaming, and you can download it in the app and Google Play Store.